Alright, hey friends, today I wanted to show you all how I will be crocheting around a zipper to make a quick and simple easy pouch. And honestly, this can be done very easy, depends on how fast you crochet obviously. But all I will be using for today's tutorial is some yarn, a zipper, and of course my crochet hook. Okay, so for today's yarn, this one actually calls for a 3 to 4 millimeter crochet hook. And I will be using a 3mm just because I want to make sure my pouch is like it feels tighter, just so that, you know, if I ever put anything small inside, like let's say bobby pins, just to make sure that all of that stuff won't like easily fall out of the pouch. But yeah, so let's go ahead and start. So to go ahead and get started, I usually like to start over here at one of the corners away from where your zipper starts. Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and start with your darning needle first, and I like to go in and use these metal darning needles instead of the plastic ones. It's easier to make your holes going in and out of your zipper. To start off, go ahead and grab a long piece of yarn, and this is just to start off the initial stitches so that afterwards you can go in with your regular crochet hook and then start the actual pouch. Alright, so to start on the other end, opposite to where I already put in the yarn through my needle, I went ahead and make a triple knot, just something big enough to where it is bigger than the actual needle and it won't slip through the initial hole that we are going to make. But okay, so to get started, I am going to go in on this corner over here, and whenever you start, you want to go ahead and make sure you're going in evenly. So I don't know if you guys can see, but where my zipper starts, there's basically this line that you can see right here on the center, and that's the line that I will be following to make my stitches in and out every single time. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to go ahead and go in through the back and then pull up all of your yarn. Alright, so now that my yarn is pulled all the way through, I'm going to go ahead and make the first stitch, and I'm going to go ahead and go in right here, so up over here, so in through the top and down. Alright, so now we have like our first stitch. And after this, you're going to go ahead and go underneath the second panel, and again, do it about the same length that you did this first one. So again, under, bring up all of your yarn, and then go ahead and go back in. And there you go. So this will be the corner. And now you want to go ahead and do the same thing all up to the top. Do one, and then again one on this side, and go all the way down until we meet back at this point. Also, for a more seamless look on this side, you're going to want to go ahead and poke your hole first. And I make sure I do it just about the length that the stitch is going to be. And then I'm going to go ahead and go back into this same stitch over here. Like that. So doing this method is actually going to be better, and you're going to have like seamless stitches whenever we go in with our actual crochet hook to start our pouch. So go ahead and do this method all the way around until we get to the beginning. Alright, so here I am with one side complete, and now that we're going to this zipper side, this side has a much bigger gap, so we're going to do the same technique that we've been doing for this side over on this gap as well. So I'm going to go ahead and go in right about here, and pull it up through. It is the same exact technique that we've been doing, so don't worry. And then back into the hole that we just came from. All right. Okay, so there you go. So now we have one stitch that'll cover in between here. That way it's not such a big gap like over here, since this side is way tighter. And now we will continue doing the same technique all the way until we get to the beginning. All right, so and now that we have finished the second side, I'm going to be making the last stitch over here. So what you're going to do is make sure you go into this initial stitch. And okay, there we go. Bring up your yarn and then go back into the previous stitch. And that is it. You have now finished doing your initial stitches, and after this you can easily cut your yarn, and what we are going to be doing is just make your double knots back here. And don't worry about these long pieces, because again, this is what's going to be inside of your pouch. You guys now have your initial chain, and after this you can go ahead and get your yarn with your crochet hook and easily pull up your yarn through these loops and begin your stitches. All right, and the back side should be looking a little like this. You can easily grab your crochet hook, and remember, I'm using a 3mm hook and I will be going into every stitch, and a 3mm makes it easier, especially if you made your stitches a little smaller like I did. Again, you don't have to be doing it this small, you can make it bigger, and anything to make it accordingly fit your crochet hook that you will be using for your yarn. This concludes the tutorial on how I begin my stitch bases for my zippers whenever I am including zippers into my pieces. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all learned a little something. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. What did you guys think about the tutorial? And thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Bye!